The plant pictured here is Rudbeckia hirta, or the gloriosa daisy, or the black-eyed Susan. The growth form is very similar to the growth form of echinacea, and this plant is quite similar to echinacea in a lot of ways. So it's going to be upright and erect in its growth form, 3 to 4 feet tall and about 1 to 2 feet wide, maybe a little bit wider than echinacea, so it can approach 3 feet wide. In nature, this plant does grow as a meadow or prairie plant, so you will often see it in the wild. It's pretty common. Echinacea is as well. So here you can see the leaves, and just as was the case with echinacea, the leaves and stems of Rudbeckia hirta are going to be hirsute. And you can see those hairs a little bit longer on this one, but you can see those hairs covering the leaves and petioles. Now these leaves are what we would call spatulate in shape. Basically, it's just an ovate or lanceolate leaf shape with a very long attenuate petiole. So again, fairly similar to what we saw in echinacea, but that petiole with the wings on it is just a bit more pronounced, and so we're going to call it spatulate. And here's an example of a single leaf. Now another difference between the leaves of Rudbeckia and the leaves of echinacea is that the teeth on the margin of Rudbeckia are more prominent. They are serrate teeth, and you may find serrate teeth on echinacea, but they're usually a bit more obscure, not as large, not as prominent. The inflorescence is a composite head, and just like echinacea, we have that large cone-shaped head in the center there where the disc flowers are. Now the disc flowers can be a very dark, almost blackish brown, which is where we get the common name black-eyed Susan. But some cultivars have green disc flowers, so it just depends on the cultivar. Now the ray flowers can be yellow or orange or two-toned as seen here. There are some cultivars that have sort of a reddish brown or a maroon coloration to them. But this is another difference between Rudbeckia hirta and Echinacea purpurea. Now there are cultivars of Echinacea purpurea that are more yellowish orange, but there are not purple Rudbeckia hirta. And I'm not going to try to trick you guys on the test. If I do Rudbeckia, it's going to be the yellow or orangish type flower, and if I do Echinacea, I'll probably do a purple or white flower, because that's normally what you're going to encounter. But I do want you to be aware of those newer Echinacea cultivars that have more orange coloration in them. So with that, we're going to conclude our discussion of Rudbeckia hirta, the black-eyed Susan or gloriosa daisy.